For the fans, by the fans. Welcome to the only Angels post-game show that keeps it real, win or lose. No filters, no fluff, just raw reactions right after the final out. The Golden Stamos is polished up and somebody's about to take it home. A clutch hit, a game-saving grab, or just straight-up hustle. We see you, but if you played like trash, you're getting the dreaded Nacho Night Award. We saw the missed calls, we saw the blown saves, the clutch moments, and the disasters too. Your comments are front and center, and yeah, we read all of them. Wanna let loose? Call in and sound off live. No scripts, no suits, no spin. This is raw, this is real, this is where the fans take over. This is the Heedy Postgame Show with Todd Fox. For the fans, by the fans.
I'm a fox. My name's Todd.
Do you believe in the miracles? Were you flapping your hands like I was? Welcome into the Halos in the Infield post-game show. It might be cheesy. You might get made fun of by Dodger fans, but you know what you could do? You could tell them they're number one, baby. They're number one in our hearts, baby. Because why? We're 5-0, baby. And if they say, hey, who's going to be in the postseason? Same tired old shit. This is our World Series, baby. Until we get on our feet, until Artie leaves or croaks, we got what we got. This is the best we can do. And for some goddamn reason, the Angels play like the 1929 New York Yankees, or they just play like the 2002 Anaheim Angels and have like the resilience of a team that is World Series bound. If you were to just erase the records and put these two teams against each other, you would swear the Angels are the ones going to the postseason. But for some reason, we play up to our competition. And you know what? I would like it no other way if we're going to be shitty and not rebuilding right now. It is what it is, but I'll take the win. Listen, who cares about the Detroit series? These two games have been phenomenal, especially tonight. Tonight's game had absolutely everything rolled up into a nice, neat little package in front of 44,000 fans, 30,000 of which were Dodger fans. But God damn it, what a great, great game. So much to talk about in this one because you think about, okay, the umpiring sucked. You had mediocre pitching by both sides. So I'm not going to sit here and say the Dodgers blew us away. I mean, what was Kelly Jansen thinking about throwing that stupid flat fastball? I mean, that fastball was on a straight line, no movement. And what that reminded me of Troy Percival via Barry Bonds in the World Series. Just like, hey, how far can you hit it? The only problem is when Percy threw it, we had a 2-run lead and there was nobody on. In this case, we were tied and there was nobody on and Ohtani gave him the lead. How many of you thought this game was over? I know in our personal chat, other chats, my dad, everyone thought this game was over. Everyone thought this game was going to be over. But look what happened. And this is a thing too. I try to bring up the positives. I try to say, hey, you know what? Let's talk about what they did right in the win tonight. There's some things to talk about wrong. I got to hit with some of the wrong. And some of the wrong tonight was just on the broadcasting side because, man, I'm just going to roll with it and I'll get to the points as we get along. But there was everything to talk about in this game because I'm going to get ahead of myself, go back and forth. I'm just excited. So bear with me. The Halos win tonight. You get to tell your Dodger fans to fuck off for another season. We won 5 in a row against them, 6 total. Hey, man, it feels good starting to dominate that damn series with them. You know, again, this is all we got their hang our heads on. Would I love for the Angels to be playing postseason baseball and looking at first place and having a team right behind us or in front of us? Hell yes. And the Dodgers are lucky to be there. And here's the thing that I'm going to say. For all you Dodger fans that on the post that I've been making on Instagram saying, hey, these games don't matter to us. Well, you know what, Dodger fans? They should fucking matter, because the more and more you take L's against St. Louis and take L's against the Angels, well, guess what? Your 9-game lead is fucking gone. And the Padres aren't looking like they're slowing down anytime soon. So you should worry about that team. And again, the National League is not like the American League. There's very competitive teams. And wouldn't it be hilarious if the Dodgers played themselves out of even a wild card? Because in the American League, they'd be fine. There's no chance for them to lose that wild card. However, you're in the National League, and there's teams right on your heels once you fall into that wild card spot. So be careful what you wish for, Dodgers, because this game's, if you're trying to take that little, cut my nose to spite my face and say this loss didn't affect us all that much, hell yeah, it did. And we're playing spoiler. Look, we haven't even had this to cheer about as Angel fans the last few years. We haven't been able to sit out there and say, oh, man, I can't believe it. We're playing a team that's in the postseason. It would be nice to knock them off and maybe make them miss a playoff spot or hurt their division championship status, right? The Angels usually, when they get into those games in August and September, roll over like a dog in heat for the male dog and just let them have their way with them. But this was different, and the Angels played up to their competition. I am so goddamn proud of these guys tonight. I'm so proud of them, how they're playing. Again, if you haven't been proud of them getting better than last year, well, here's another example of them being better than last year. They rolled over for the Dodgers most of the series last year. This, not so much. They've been giving the Dodgers fits all season, and I am loving it more than McDonald's right now. I'm so happy with this squad. And again, you saw it all tonight. Small ball, defense, clutch pitching at times, not so clutch pitching at times, stupid strikeouts, bad umpiring. It was all there tonight. It was all there tonight. So let's get into it. I'll go over it, and I'll get to your comments. Don't worry about it. I'm seeing the TikTok comments flowing. I'm seeing the ones on YouTube and everybody else on X. So keep the comments going. I will eventually get to those like I always do here, because we're by the fans, for the fucking fans. The fans are for us, and that's what we do. That's what we do, because we are all fans. We go to the games, unlike Cocked On and Locked On Cox. We are a real post-game show. We are real Angel fans just like you. We're not cookie cutters reading off a script. We don't have fake bots. All you people out there, we love you. You guys are the real deal. We want this team to win for you, because obviously it's so exciting when this team actually performs. It's so much fun to do these shows with you guys in your comments, with you guys have called us before, emailed us. We love it. You guys are organic. You guys are the real fans, the real fucking Angel fans. Enjoy it tonight. Enjoy it tonight. I didn't bring a beer out with me tonight. I only have fruit juice with me because can't drink beer back to back. So I will say, if you do have one, salute. This one's for you, baby. So the Angels win tonight. And look, this game started out kind of funky. The Dodgers got a run in the first inning. Teoscar Hernandez singled to left. Ohtani would score. The thing that bothered me, which he feels like he pitched like 6 games ago, Madero's, his sweeper and his slider were way outside against left-handed pitchers or left-handed hitters. He's got to work on that, else he'll never be a full-time starter. He will always be a tweener, a 4A kind of guy. If you cannot nail those sweepers, backdoor those sliders, you're in trouble. And another thing he did wrong in this game, and he got let off the hook by some bad swings by the Dodgers, his sinker ball and his curveball were so high in the zone. I mean, come on. The home run he gave up to the rookie, that shouldn't have happened. He had him 0-2. You cannot be leaving cookies up in the zone like that. So 1-0 Dodgers, but then Taylor Ward comes through with a big single in the bottom of the first inning to tie it up. Then Makata comes through again. Makata's been red hot against the Dodgers all year. I think that was his 5th or 6th RBI against the Dodgers, maybe more. He singled in a run. Trout would score. It was 2-1. Then Adele would ground out the shortstop with first and third. Ward would come in to score. It was 3-1. That lead did not last long because, like I said, he gave up that pitch to Rushing, had him 0-2. Again, you got the first 2 outs of the inning, and again, the Angels getting into that problem again, not being able to finish an inning. That 2-run homer would tie it. It stayed tied for only a half inning. Then Taylor Ward came up and hit a solo blast, his 28th of the year, to make it 4-3. Tendencio came through with a really, really nice RBI double down the line. Renifo with those little tiny legs going. He ran all the way around from first to score to give the Angels a 5-3 lead. You're thinking, okay, we're in good shape right here. But then you get into some trouble in the 5th inning. Little wild pitching right there on after by Chafin. Chafin was ineffective in this game. He gave up 2 runs on 3 hits. Really didn't hit his spots. And to to be fair, a couple of those ground balls were just well placed hits. It's not like the Statcast geeks that were saying, hey, it's off the end of the bat at about 159 miles per hour. No, it was nothing like that. The exit velocity had nothing to do with that. It just found the green. Dodgers got lucky, tied the game at 5. They got out of it with a bases loaded jam right there in the 5th inning. You had the triple play. Tied at 5, triple play. I mean, first and second, Ohtani's up, and the ball just gets hit right to freaking Neto. Neto touches second base, throws the first. They get the triple play on rushing. What a phenomenal clutch play that, man, if he's not playing right there, that's an easy single up the middle. Dodgers take the lead. They continue probably at first and third, and just the wheels on the bus go round and round, and the Angels will be in trouble. But the Angels, the baseball gods smiled on Neto. He makes that big triple play, and then there you go. So it stayed 5-5 all the way to the 9th inning. And you had some opportunities in between. The Angels hadn't scored for 4 innings, had left a couple guys on, didn't do things right, missed on a couple plays. And then it came down to Ohtani. I don't know why Jansen thought he was Troy Percival versus Barry Bonds in the World Series with a 2-run lead and nobody on. He went right after him, and that was like, again, how far can you hit it? And Ohtani showed him pretty damn far. And again, that took the wind out of my sails. I'm sitting there slunched over in the couch like, oh, my God, here we go again. And now we're going to have to hear about Ohtani this and Ohtani that, the gambler, Kenny Rogers, and all this other stuff, right? And by the way, if you're a Dodger fan, he's in trouble for trying to buy up all that burnt, scorched land in Hawaii. And look it up. It's real. So anyway, you're thinking, damn, we're in trouble. 9th inning, hell of an at-bat, again, by Renifo. Hell of an at-bat. And he singles up the middle. And then for a guy who's had all kinds of issues at this time in the 9th inning, the Dodgers closer, supposedly, he's effectively wild, really quick ahead of Ohapi 0-2. I was screaming at them to freaking pinch hit d'Arnaud. So they didn't. And he fouled off pitch after pitch, looked at one, fouled off another, and worked a clutch walk. Now, what a freaking bunt by Tendencio. He bunts to the right side, no play whatsoever at third or second. Straight throw to first. You got to walk Neto. And if you've been watching this post-game show at any other time this year, I've said it since Shonowell has come on after April, and I'll say it to the end of the season and probably beyond. When that dude needs to do something, yes, he's not perfect, but he's hit line drives that have been caught and stuff like that. But when he needs to come through with either a hit to find the gap in between second and first base or even go the other way, or he needs to hit a fly ball to sacrifice a run in, guess what he does? And if you notice, it's not with the hand of the bat on the bottom of the or hands on the bottom of the bat. No, you'll see 2 inches on the bottom of the bat exposed because he's choking up on the bat. And first pitch swinging, he choked up on the bat and he hits it right where he had it hit it. Straight center field, run scores. It's a brand new ball game. It's anybody's ball game that erases everything that the traitor Kenny Rogers did. It's 6-6. And all of a sudden, they have to walk Neto, bases juiced. We get into a situation where it comes down to Taylor Ward, and Taylor Ward strikes out. It sucked. It sucked, but it is what it is. It's what happened. They couldn't get it across after Trout had walked or whatever. Bases loaded. Ward strikes out. That should have been ball 4. You know it. I know it. The Dodger fans know it. It was 3-0 to Ward. That pitch was inside. Ball 4. Nope. Strike 1. And then, of course, he let strike 2 go by. And then it was, I don't know, man. I don't know. If Ward holds up on the 6th pitch, it might have been a strike 3 anyway. Who knows? So, moving on to the 10th inning. Brogdon comes in there. Ghost runner at second. All the speed in the world. I forgot dude's name, but he's super duper fast, and he should score on anything. And you get a big strikeout of Muncy. You get Pagaz to pop out, I believe, or I think he popped out, and you got another pop out to end the inning. I mean, he pitched his way out of a freaking great jam to give the Angels that chance. And then you start off the next inning with an opportunity to win the game. Actually, I had it backwards. Renifo did lead off the 10th inning. I'm sorry. I had it backwards. So I summarized that one wrong. I'm not even looking at the comments. You guys are probably what is it, calling it right. Anyway, here's what happened. So that you get Renifo to third. You get him at second base, second and third because of that bunt, or first and third. You get first and third right there. Great fucking bunt with Ward going to third base. Moore drops down the bunt. First and third. And here's the thing that I'm going to yell at. And like eBay says right here, the first two bunts successful. Who knew? Moore bunts that ball. No play for Will Smith at first base because it dies in the chalk. Before that play happens, and again, before any of that shit happened with what Wayne says, and I've said it on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, I've called him out. I've called out Patrick O'Neill. I've tagged them. They suck ass. I mean, ass with a capital A. Because FanDuel plays into it. Every time when Neto didn't even get a chance to bat, they're showing his walk-offs. They're showing Shonawills. They're showing anybody they can. They're showing games from 1997 in the periwinkle jerseys. They're jinxing it. Before Jansen came up, 21 straight innings without allowing a run. He doesn't give up home runs. Bam, what happens? Wayne doesn't shut the fuck up and let the game play. See, when you have announcers this shitty, and I'm not even a Dodger fan, it makes me appreciate the greats like Vin Scully, who would just let the game play out and would tell stories or talk about the current situation. You never saw Vin Scully say, hey, can I get some of that highlight reel of a couple of years ago when Mattingly went deep? No, he didn't give a fuck because he was tuned into what was happening on the fucking field. So you have dumbass Wayne saying, I don't know about a bunt right here. They're just giving away an out. Right side of the field is wide open. Listen, you stupid dipshit. It hasn't worked all year. The coaches are saying to swing away and try to hit that open gap. We don't have the ball players to do that. If you haven't noticed and haven't heard or watched this postgame all year, we've been screaming all year to play small ball. We were screaming to play small ball last year and the year before that. But you're too fucking in love with analytics like cocked on. You don't know your ass from your face. So baseball has never changed. So it's magical when you actually bunt in two straight situations with guys who are able to bunt because they've been taught how to bunt. Wow, good things happen. Wow, imagine that. And dumbass Wayne can't even finish his tirade about how bad a bunt is, wasting an out. And then lo and behold, Christian Moore, the future of future second basemen for us moving forward, has to prove his dumbass wrong live during an at-bat. So when Wayne is glazing the fact that they're making the wrong move by wasting an out, what happens? Simo gets the bunt down. The guy gets the first and third. The Dodgers are officially fucked. And then they got the clutch little ground ball. And even if Muncy is playing straight up, that hop with Ward's slow-ass turtle speed is still going to score. Great way to end the game. And I probably left out a play or two that you probably liked. So put it in the comments. But I will just say this. What a fucking win. What a great win. Because not only is it just a great win, a triple play, all this stuff that played in, because again, that triple play that happened 2 years ago in 23 was not a bang bang, like it wasn't hit to third, throw to second, throw to first like it was in 97. No, it was a ground ball to second, or the pitcher, I believe, he threw to second, went to first, and then Shonawell went home. So it wasn't your conventional triple play. That was a one-person triple play almost. All you had to do was throw the ball to Shonawell. That was awesome. I mean, this game had it fucking all. Great game. Absolutely phenomenal. I hope everyone enjoyed the game. I really do. Great, great fucking game. And you know what? That deserves one more Stukas, and then I'm going to get into the player of the game real quick. I love it. I love it. I love it. The Angels win tonight. Dodgers lose out. Well, they're tied it for first place now. The Padres just caught you. It is great. It is great. It is great. And with that, we're going to spritz, baby.
Yeah! I love winning, man. I fucking love winning. You know what I'm saying? It's like better than losing.
Spritz o'clock, Angels play. Win or lose, we toast today. Sip and cheer, no matter score. Spritz o'clock, let's pour some more. Spritz o'clock, let's pour some more. Spritz o'clock, let's pour some more.
I love winning, man. I fucking love winning. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? And again, Dodger fans that come back again, we understand you're the current world champs. I'd be just as cocky, but it's okay because you got them raging on TikTok right now. They're like, you can't afford Ohtani. That's great. You got the gambler. Let's see the back end of his contract because again, he's over 30 now, and we'll see how long he could do it. And we'll probably bat around on him tomorrow. 4 innings max a pitcher. Come on, dude. $700 million. You guys paid way too much for that guy. We wanted to actually trade him a long time ago because again, I love the guy here when he was here before he was gambling, but damn, we didn't build around him or Trout, and I would have preferred a full rebuild, but didn't happen. But for all the Dodger fans raging right now, be sure to give him this.
Oh no! What happened? Oh no! How terrible! That's just awful. How terrible! Oh no!
Yes. Oh no. Angels win tonight. Player of the game tonight. So many guys we can give it to. You look over the lineup again. Madero's, some things I liked he did, some things I don't. The slider and the sweeper, especially against lefties and even against righties, were way off the plate. They weren't finding the strike zone. Also, the sinker and the curveball were up at times. The two-seamer, he was all over the place. He got really lucky that he got some of those hitters to roll over the ball. And then you're going to hear stupid-ass Wayne tomorrow say, hey, we used too many pitchers. These guys are exhausted. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. You're off on Thursday, dude. You have an off day. Everybody should be available tomorrow to go for the sweep. But of course, we'll probably blow it. But they went to everybody tonight. I really don't want to give it to a pitcher tonight. Look, Neto went 0 for 4 in a walk, but it seemed like he got a hit. He was captain cheerleader. He was captain El Capitan. There's a couple plays I didn't like either. Taylor Ward being a dumbass, not playing the ball off of Freeman's hit. No effort whatsoever. That guy's a terrible outfielder. Can't stand him. But he has a good at bat, and we had to put him in a DH spot. Oh, no, we can't. We got Trout there. But you had Shonawell, again, big RBI, big walk tonight. Trout came through with a couple big walks. I would have to give it to the guy I just trashed, and that would be Taylor Ward. Funny how that works. Yeah, Taylor Ward with 3 runs scored, 2 hits, 2 RBIs, including the home run. He did strike out twice. Minkata had a good night. I almost want to give it to Christian Moore, 2 big hits, including that big sacrifice. But, man, I swear to God, this game had it all, dude. I mean, it had it all. It was great. So, you know what? I'm going to give it to Taylor Ward. And as far as the Nacho Night Award, I'm not going to play the things because we're already running late. I would have to give to Max Muncy tonight. 0 for 4, 2 strikeouts. He did get a walk, but when he had guys on base all night and did not come through for the Dodgers. Dodgers went 2 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Angels went 4 for 11. So that was the difference in the game right there. So there you go for your awards right there. So hey, someone get this guy out of here. Whatever, Alex. So with that being said, let's get into some comments. I'll start a little bit right there with what is it called? Into the TikTok side, and then I'll jump into yours right there. Everyone's saying triple play. Let's go. Love it right there. Dodgers are an embarrassment. 3 MVPs, 2 Cy Young winners. It can't beat the Angels once. I love it. Yet, as Mookie said, the Angels won the World Series. Hey, it's cool, man. We sure did. It was fun. The young guys have a hunger. I hope that they're able to get this together for next season. King Panda says, I hope so too. And that's the whole thing. But again, something that we haven't done in a long time. We need to get some starting pitching. We get some real free agent starting pitching. This team could be dangerous next year. Everyone's saying light that baby up. Dodger fans should be worrying about the Padres. Zach Neto might have made the best defensive play of the year tonight. Also, on behalf of all Padre fans, RS Bolt says, love you, Angels, and thank you. The parole officers are calling their fans right now to see about their curfew. Gotta love it. Let's see. What is it? Dodger Station has a parole center check in place. Ward should have walked. That was BS call. That was a BS call, Derek. Also, Dodgers are so lucky they're not going to see the Halos in the World Series. Yeah, we'd actually beat them. That's exactly why Ron Washington was so important. Small ball wins games, but Ron wasn't doing it when he was here either. That's the maddening thing. Rally Halo says Brogdon's pitching was clutch. Madero's pitched fairly well. I think we should keep him in the rotation. I do too. As much as I crapped on him, the only way he'll learn is if he's in there. And again, Tyler Anderson's not going to show you anything else than what he's already done. Fun watching the stupid Doyer fans be all mad they lost the Angels again. Ha ha ha. Love it. Also, Jake says drive home safely. Got some juice and shit talking amped up for work tomorrow. Hell fucking yeah. Gotta love it right there. Light that baby up. Calling all Angels, Fletcher says. Also, Avengers team should be beating us. What happened? Also, it's still I'd still take Maderos over Anderson. Also, the Padres have tied the tying the Dodgers is a cherry on top right there. I think so too. Gotta lock up Neto. I love that, dude. I would love to lock Neto up. Extend him now. Also, Otani, the new owner of Hawaii. What do you think about the next year new head coach? We're definitely going to get a new manager for sure. I just don't know who right now. All of California pulling together to take down the evil empire. Angels scared to spend the money. No, it's actually our owner. He spends it fairly stupidly. Actually, more than stupid. Mateo will give you credit for that spritz. Mo says win of the year. Mateo also says what's a rally by the team? The last two innings were great. Light that baby up, Stukas. Mateo also chiming in with some fatness right here.
This fat son of a bitch is going to drown us all out.
Calm down, okay? All right?
He's fat.
Also, you have Mo saying fuck the Dodgers. Booba Bear's mama says Stukas. Mateo says, give me them 7 Deos for them 7 runs, baby. Let's do it. 7 Deos, baby.
Deo! 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 Deo!
There you go. 7 Deos. Back at it now. That bunt, Mo says he loves it. eBay loves that W. Mo says not just 1, but 2 complete bunts. Triple Stukas. Marty says, we're so back. Dead says, oh my God, emotional damage for the Dodgers.
Emotional damage.
Also, you got eBay saying, I think those were our first 2 successful bunts of the season. It was fucking amazing. Vetter says, holy cow, what an awesome game. Caesar says, what a game. Triple play. Strange says, hey, Doyers fans, D's fucking nuts. Yeah, I think so, man. I think you got him.
These nuts. Got him. Got him.
Grillmaster says, balls, and Q Lombardi on that triple play, man, because goddamn, was that an awesome play right there. What a freaking clutch triple
Time
play.
for you to check out what I want. I want
Balls and balls and...
Exactly. Also, we got to give the Dodgers this over here on X.
Oh no! What happened? Oh no! How terrible! That's just awful. How terrible! Oh no!
Mo says Moore should have started the game. He did play pretty good, but Mancada came through earlier. Why trade when we have a postseason team ready to win it all? Shop Girl says, what a game. Otani curse continues. Can't wait for tomorrow when he pitches against the Angels. Finally plays small ball, and it worked, Mateo says. Daniel's trying to say we take over the stadium. Dodgers fans still swear that they don't care about the Angels, yet they cry when we beat them. Exactly. They always bitch and moan about this isn't any kind of freaking rivalry whatsoever. Yet when it comes down to it, see, the thing is, their cop-out is we never play meaningful games against them. Bullshit. We played games against the Dodgers when both teams were in first place. So that's not true. Number one, yes, we're in different leagues. Number two, yes, we've never faced each other in the World Series. Number three, yes, but you have regional rivalries. Why do you think when you have rivalry weekend in baseball, Chicago plays Chicago? Have they ever played in the World Series? No. Have the Mets played the Yankees in the World Series? Yes, they have history, but it's a regional rivalry on top of it. Then you have the Texas Rangers, Houston Astros. So again, you have regional rivalries. They're rivals because it's regional. So yes, it's more between the fans, but the players play off of that. Yet Dodger fans are too stupid to understand that fact. So again, when guys like me say, hey, you know what? I hate the Red Sox. I hate the Yankees. I hate the Astros. But you know what? Fuck the Dodgers. They get a little extra spice from me because fuck them and fuck the fans. I have Dodger friends, yes. But when it comes down to when we play them, oh, best believe you throw the friendship out the window for a second. You don't act stupid. You don't go stupid personal. But when you want to throw insults involving the teams, absolutely, yes, because it's all in fun. Now, see, where the Dodger fans don't realize that when they pull out the shanks, when they pull out the guns, the bazookas, yeah, they've got to temper it down. See, Angel fans can turn that shit off and get back to regular citizen people. But for some reason, the rage goes on in Dodger fans. They can't take it. And this proves it. Because I guarantee you, if the Padres beat them 2 out of 3, their anus isn't as swollen as it is right now with the Angels beating them. Right now, their anus is just pulverizing. It looks like it made it to Chico's on 2-for-1 night. Like it's just, they're out of control, man. They can't control themselves. They can't sit down. They're in so much pain. They're so butthurt right now. I love it when the Dodgers lose and the fans are butthurt. I just love it. I feel better. The world's a happier place. Hey, Sue says, "Oh shit, here we go again." Doyers fans concerned about getting swept. Fuck yeah, dude. I mean, damn. Again, this team gives us nothing but heartache, meaning the Angels. And we struggle to understand how bad they are, how they could lose, and how the organization sucks, and this goes wrong and that goes wrong. This guy gets hurt and this guy ain't performing. And then they just say, you know what, guys? We owe you. Fuck the Dodgers too. And they do this for us. I knock Christmas in June all the time. But this is Christmas in August, baby. Deck the halls with little halo balls. Because, damn it, Artie Claus came through, man. And the Dodgers have
emotional damage.
I'm sorry. I'm on one tonight. So if I'm all over the place, I apologize. Mo says, love seeing Ohtani's face after that triple play. eBay says, I've been screaming at my TV all season to freaking bunt with runners in scoring position. No outs, and we finally did. Wayne and Gooby were fully against it. Yeah, because they're stupid. Padres have caught Team Ghetto. Billy says, what are the Doyer fans going to say now? They used all their excuses up last night. Loyalty in the bloody baby. Like that baby up. Love you guys over there on TikTok right there. Angels and Padres together. Hell yeah, we're doing that whole fist bump right there. Real question, if the Angels versus the Dodgers in the World Series, what are the chances we win? Go back. The fun thing you could do is go back to 2000, I want to say 9. Look at the Angels roster and look at the Dodgers roster. Both teams were in first place. Both teams, I think, and also 14 as well. Actually, no, I take that back. I think it was 2014. Angels were in first place, one of the best records in baseball. Dodgers had one of the best records in baseball. We could have matched up that year. So look it up and you make the call. It never happened, but could the Angels have beat the Dodgers? I think we had a really good chance of beating them, but all in all, they had a chance as well. So it's hard to say. Also, best game in the Neto era right there. Fisting the North Star says smoke and scan, talking trash on the Angels, and I love it. Also, Stoned Deer, yeah, smoking. He's high. Light that baby up. My girl says Ohtani face on the triple play was priceless. Also, Angel says, bring me Artie's head now. Let's go. Once again, Wayne and Gooby were eating. Brian says Angels, the OG LA OC and California baseball team. Grillmaster says we bunted well. Q Lombardi.
What the hell's going on out here?
Eric Ward says, glad to see all those Dodger fans go home disappointed. Also, Steve Lee says, not Todd yelling at Wayne all the game. I was yelling at that jerk all game. What else does he live on stream on YouTube? Joe says, stop coping and take care of your kid. Let's talk to the other guy. My bad. You guys are in the comments. I'm tripping. I'm trying to read both screens at once, so I apologize. But I'm seeing you guys on TikTok. So fuck yeah. I hope you guys and gals are enjoying it over there as well. If Farty Moreno has to go, he does have to go. And we will see in November and December, actually October, November, we have the audit coming to the stadium, and he could be paying out his ass, and he might have to sell the team. So that is something to keep a very close eye on. To all the Doyers, remember the Big A is our home, bitches. And you know what? People laughed at us when I posted on Instagram. There was a comment that got ratioed by Dodger fans that said basically the Angel fans said, we must protect this house. And everybody said, ha, 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 it's the Dodgers house. How can you protect what's not yours? All this stuff, right? And the guy got ratioed by Dodger fans. He came back last night and ripped him a new butthole. And I hope he does it again today in the comments because, again, that's why you talk when the series is over. We actually, on the Halos in the Infield Network, had the balls to do it before the series. And you can go back on our timeline before we played the Dodgers. The first time we were calling for a sweep before that happened, and we were right. So, again, we had Dodger fans ratioing us then, saying this is not going to age well, and then Angel fans ratioing them and saying, oh boy, it sure did age well. And if tomorrow happens like this and we get another banger and we sweep them, they'll probably they could win the World Series and still be like, fuck, we were 0-6 against the Angels. Oh, I love it. Also, every Heedy follower gets a ring pop. We just won our World Series, baby. Stone Deer says, laugh out loud. Dodgers going home angry. I'll say it again. Fuck the Dodgers. Brian says Ohtani hits the go-ahead homer in the ninth, and the Dodgers lose in the extra innings. Cue Lombardi.
What the hell's going on out here?
Steve Lee says, I guess the LA takeover didn't work out for them. Also, that called third strike against Ward was criminal. Game should have been over right there. It should have been walk-off walk. Have a great drive home, Doyer fans. Also, that triple play was crazy right now. My dad was going crazy. He was jumping up and down. It should have been over right there. Good game right there. Angels right there. That was wild. So the fans are coming in right there hot and happy over there on TikTok. The bunts were amazing. Most fun team 450 beers, says at X. That's the thing, too. Dodger fans, boy, if they knew that the beers are $4.50, they would probably buy a six-pack. Deuces Wild says, what would a contract for Neto look like? Would he get $200 million? I think he would get something around 6 years and $180 million, which still would probably take him just under 30 or right at 30 years old. So that would be pretty good, a pretty good contract right there. Now both West divisions are tied up. How the tables have turned. Leaf is a Mariners fan, so he's happy as they caught him right there. Tamir 20 says Angels own the Smurfs. This kid is talking about paying Trout still, right? At least we'll be paying him when he's playing. You guys are going to be paying him 10 years after his son is having a son probably, or he's on his third or fourth dog, or he's on his third or fourth interpreter that he sent to prison. So he's going to be 10 years out of baseball, and you guys are still paying him $68 million. So maybe you should get your facts straight on who's going to be paying who longer. Iron Giant says FIFA World Cup champions, LA Angels. Billy says Joe Adell has as many walk-offs as Mike Trout. Baldwin says my neighbor's baby is crying because I yelled so loud. Good for you. MLB's Instagram isn't posting the final score. They're coping really hard. Also, Eric Ward says, I've watched a lot of baseball and seemed my share of bunts, but that bunt by Simo was something I'll never forget. It was just right there. Julie Johnson says every game matters, which, again, Dodger fans don't understand that because usually their division rolls over. Don says, let's fucking go. We got these fuckers again. 5-0. I'm hyped up. Caleb says all deferred payments are going straight to the $240 million lawsuit. Deuces Wild says, I feel the same hate towards Ohtani just as much as you. Why'd you leave us? Yep. Shouldn't have left. But In the end, he might be a douche. Who knows? Every time Gooby and Wayne are snacking on some stadium food, the opposing team is scoring. No one wants to see a middle-aged man stuff their faces, especially with bad spray-on tans. Also, Sassy Classy says, light that baby up. We beat the Smurf squad. Also, I'll tell you this every which way. The way Todd is presenting this post game, it does feel like the postseason post game show. Thank you, Mr. Fox. See, thank you, Jesus, and thank you everybody else who's on right now, because we're blowing that shithole of a network cocked on out of the water. He doesn't pull numbers like we do live, because we got 231 people live right now on one side and about a good 60 on the other side. So you put that together, you got 300 people watching. Cocked on doesn't come close to that. They copy our content. We're organic. They got spoon-fed bots. Man, fuck them. And you know what? Even though they root for the same team, we're the real fans. You guys know what's up. That's why your comments are the fucking best. That's why you get me hyped up and I'm able to do what I'm able to do, because it's just like I'm talking to you guys live if we were at the stadium. Because guess what? We usually do talk to you at the stadium. I get so many of you coming up saying, hey, this is my handle. What's up? My name, what's up, Todd Fox? And boom, we just have a beer, enjoy the game or two, inning or two, and talk shit, talk Angels baseball. It's fun. It's great. This is what's supposed to be. This is what our community is. This is what we're building. And I want every last one of you guys to put the word out there and ride along with us, because you are the best part of this show and this network. Hands fucking down. Rob says Dodger fans are soft. If they lose, it's not a rivalry. And if they win, it is. Fair weather fan base gives shit takes on top of it. Silent E checking in from Japan. Spanking the Dodgers again, just like the short with Peter LMAO. Yeah, you have to check out the Peter Griffin one we did earlier. That is the best. Dodgers suck right there. Checking in right there. I love that. What a memorable game. Respectfully, great game overall, Reza says. Also, I checked 714 tickets, $22 in your section for $260. Yeah, but it's not that for these Dodger games. Dan says, me love you long time, and that's our boy on AM 830.
There's a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight, which makes me so horny, and me love you long time.
Tyler says, triple play, watching Ohtani just stare at the Halo fans got me cracking up. Boo Bear's mommy says, hey, everyone, like and subscribe to Heedy. Rally Chris checks in with, I have a lot of Dodger fans telling me they're still in first place. Well, how's that turn out now they are tied with the Padres and they see him the next 6 games? Grillmaster says, wait, we won? Q Angels in the outfield. I got to find that one. LV says, out of here. Let's fucking go. Fuck the Dodgers. Demetrio says, Dodgers totas. Going home to eat some carne asada and get fatter. Team Ghetto takes 2 back-to-back losses. Dan Rio says Anaheim Angels going for that season sweep tomorrow. Who'd you think? What'd you think about that? Artie says, fuck yeah, I hope the Dodger fans have a horrible drive back to smelly LA. Baldwin says, Todd, give me some more Stukas. More. I need more. Well, fine, because it's all about the fans, baby. I will say this, a comment right here, bring out the Boom 6 by El Chico, but this one right here gets me. User 69 on TikTok says, how will we celebrate once Artie sells the fucking team? You know, I had a dream about that a couple weeks ago, and I pictured myself going to the stadium, like calling in sick, because it was like a morning press conference, and I would go down to the stadium and just try to get any kind of interview, try to make myself part of the press conference, try to get as close as I can, and do a live remote from Anaheim Stadium under the Big A, and try to invite as many fans down there, maybe give away some free shit, maybe get over to our Brewheim sponsor, try to give away some free beer like we've done before. We've actually bought, we had Rob buy about $300 worth of beer. We had James buy about $200. Those people are on our team, and we bought beer for people to just show up to our watch party. It's free beer just because you're wearing Angels gear. I think we would do that. You would have to. You would have to just go fucking crazy. Pisces says we're going streaking like Frank the Tank. I'm getting my woman pregnant that day. I don't care. You see, that's how much this team means to us. Because I don't doubt it for a second you guys would take it there. Celebrate it, bringing Panda Express back to the Big A. I'll straight up call in sick and meet you down there, even though Bruheim is trash. Shane says. Okay, well, then we'll go over to Golden Road. Anything. I'll find a new sponsor. Dude, that would be like we'd have to make a float of already selling, like something. I don't know, like do it Disneyland style. Oh, I don't know, man. It would just be one of the greatest days of all time. Gavin was rooting for the Dodgers. Archangel says the Dodgers got cocked on tonight with baby oil. Daniel Brito says best Angel game since winning the division in 2014. The only thing that can make this better is rocking Ohtani tomorrow. Eric says that Gavin's dad let him stay up to cover this game. Artie says I hate the Dodgers fans more and more every day. Cheers to you, Marty. Jared over there on X says that ad with Roger Lodge pisses me off. Yeah, Roger Lodge is terrible, especially this one.
Nobody does fireworks better than out at the house that the Cowboy built that Artie's made even better, a.k.a. the Big A Angel Stadium, where you can still get 4 tickets to the game, 4 hot dogs, 4 soft drinks, all for $44. But can we get back to the words I heard on this set earlier this morning?
He's got a bone to pick with you.
I could not date a man if he had a dog? What are we doing? What are we doing, people?
That's the content you get with AM 830. He can't believe a guy can't date another without a dog. Awesome. Padres fans loving us, giving us all kinds of happy thoughts, and they're having so much fun. Sam Blum texted Ohtani from an anonymous number tonight. Also, Ohtani has another is under on himself, losing again tomorrow. He was on one tonight, I should say. I slaughtered that comment, by the way. Work got me out of the game tonight, so I couldn't make it tonight. I got home around the first or second inning. It's just bad when they put these games during the week. Sometimes I can get there late, but traffic was god awful. I was trying to get back from what's it called? City of Industry to Anaheim was just ridiculous with all the Dodger fans there, sell out. Daniel says also, why do you shit on Locked on Cox all the time? I get it, they're annoying. Because I do. They're terrible. They've stolen our takes, Daniel. They've stolen our takes. They big timed us. We had charity events that they said they were going to be a part of, and they just ghosted us. And then when we hit them up about it, I mean, we even wished them well when John was sick and said, hey, speedy recovery. We congratulated him on getting the cocked on gig and, everything. We wanted to cross promote. But again, like I said before, I'll say it again, short and sweet. If you don't like us, just tell us we're not like you guys. We're, we don't like your style. You guys curse and swear. We're more, manufactured, cut and paste, easy peasy, kids meal type of Angels broadcasters. We're not like that either, but we still wanted our fans to meet your fans, fans to meet ours. And it would have been a nice cross promotion. You told us yes, and then you big timed us. So, I mean, look, we've done the same thing with other networks like Angel Central. We were with Inside Halos. We did stuff with Talking Halos, and we even did stuff with Rocks in the Outfield when they were a thing like 3 years ago. So we've done cross promotions. It wasn't a big deal. In the end, we all thought we were Angels community, but there was a lot of shit too. A lot of crap we heard come from the outside that just was like, hey man, that ain't cool. So like, that's why I'm like, hey, you know what? It is what it is. And then when they started that post game to directly rival us, it's like, okay, fuck you then. Then the tables have turned, man. So I'm not going to hold back, and I'm still not going to hold back. I don't care. Fuck Ohtani and your little bat flip. Also, we need you to troll those Dodger fans. Vote for Bond says Ohtani hits a home run in the 6th straight game. Sheehan outduels the worst farm system. Was it in the Major League Baseball? Dodgers get 11 hits and their bullpen shuts it down as the Dodgers lose in a walk-off. Oh, man. Daniel says also, good game. You guys own us. Let's cook that ex Ohtani tomorrow to hand him his first L. That would be awesome. Otani Winfrey right there. The LV says they walked Neto at the end of the game, but we knew Nolan would pull off that tie. Let's see. You cool with the Halo Tees, guys? Yes, I am. Corona guy. I have no issues with that guy. El Chico says, nah, I love you guys, especially you talking from the heart. I appreciate you, El Chico, because that's what we do. Julian says, I'm buying a Joe Adele jersey. I'm telling you, that guy is going to be going off next year. Let's get bombs off sellout tomorrow. Cherry on the top, dude. We got to get that home run off of Otani. He's calling it right there. Julian wants that home run. Yeah, because there's nothing better than us hitting a home run. Jules says, keep up the great work. God bless. Well, God bless you too. And again, that's what we love to do out here, man. Telling you, it's all from the heart. This entire network is like this. So if you haven't caught up to any of our stuff that's online, whether it's X, we do a great job over there. We do YouTube, we do Instagram, TikTok. Give us a follow, share, a like. We'll follow back. And if anything, you guys and gals out there, yeah, just shout us out. We do it organically, dude. Word of mouth all the way. Mo says Trout is still looking at the strikes right down the middle. It's stupid, but he came through with a walk though, Mo. Q Tendencio, Q Lombardi. I'm never gonna say his name right. I don't know. What the hell's going on out here? Also, Tamir 20 says, actually, Otani hits a home run and the Dodgers lose 7-6. Mateo says, if we're still fighting for a playoff spot by the end of August and midway through September, will the stands be full? Yes, they will, but that won't happen, dude. Are you on red note? No, I'm not. When Artie finally sells, can we take Roger with him? That's the thing I'm going to say right now. If Artie were to sell, you got to fire fucking what's his name? Roger Lodge. Trent Rush has got to go. Wayne Randazzo's got to go. I say you keep Terry Smith, Mark Langston, and Gooby, and find a way to get Vasgersian in there full time. Baker says, "What's your score prediction tomorrow?" I'm gonna say Angels 6, Dodgers 3. I think they double them up tomorrow. How do you hate Wayne and even Trent? Trent is just as fake if you've listened to him. As this is just my opinion. If you like him, I'm sorry, but to me, he's just as fake as Roger. And Wayne, if you heard him tonight in the 10th inning, was just railing on the Angels like he does about bunts and small ball. And I'm a fan of small ball. I played baseball back in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s. I love small ball. It works. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I hate some of the new analytics, most of the analytics, especially how the Angels play. And the fact that they promote that instead of trying to just get the easy play, the sacrifice, the moving the guy over, the hit and run, the stolen base. We had a bunch of guys on base tonight and none of them ran. So again, small ball wins. And guess what? How many home runs did we have tonight? Was it one? Only Taylor Ward? But it was because we put pressure on the pitchers. We were working walks and getting hits, manufacturing runs, sacrifice flies. That wins games. Stick to that, baby. Dan the man says, keep skipping my comments. I'm sorry. What are you saying, my man? Hit me up with one of the comments you want me to read. I won't skip it. It's just I got them scrolling on both sides, so I'm trying to catch up to everybody. And if I miss one, I apologize. Angels need more small ball. Artie and Roger are going to retire together in Palm Springs. But Wayne is cool, Thice says right there. To each his own, I guess. History was made with Neto tonight. Also, thank you for letting the Padres have a chance at first base or first place. Gonna get that sweep tomorrow. Yeah, we got to get that sweep for sure. 007 says, I'll tip my hat to the courageous Halo fans attending the game and dealing with those annoying pussy-ass Dodger fans. Also, heart attack Jansen tonight. You think Artie takes John Carpino with him? That is his best friend. So, yes, he would take him with him. Also, our bullpen is so hit and miss. Happy Tuesday, Todd Fox. Let's go for the sweep tomorrow. Your thoughts on Medeiros? Jules says Shane's going to be in 202 tomorrow. Look, he has a lot to work on. His outside pitches, sweepers, and sliders are all over the place. The fastball is not placed right. And when he gets ahead of accounts, the pitches are up. If I'm the pitching coach, if I'm in there, I've got to definitely work on him. I got to show him all what he's got to change, keep the ball down. and Ohapi's got to call a better game too. They were crossed up like 6 or 7 times. Madero's definitely has, if I'm saying his name right, definitely has the stuff, but he needs to fine tool it. Jared says, what the fuck was Rushing doing? Yeah, I don't know. He was way off the base. Steve Lee says, maximum effort Ward didn't even run to the ball at the end of the game. Yeah, he like jogged home. Ohapi needs to sit out tomorrow. The sinker has serious movement. It does. Clarabelle says, love you Angels from a Padres fan. Also, when's the soonest you think we'll see Brenner? I think we'll see him come September. Of next year. Now, I think we'll see him about June or July, depending on what the Angels do next year. I really think he'll get a cup of coffee in spring training. Also, now we have to shove it to all the real Dodger dogs tomorrow. Let's give that asshole the middle finger, just like he did to us. Don't care how many rings the Smurfs have. The little brother still owns them. Preach. Tendencio with that bunt that was fire. According to Gooby, Otani had a 40-degree launch angle. Also, according to Gooby, the T-Pain Munchies meals are not bad. Gargo says, how old are you, or are you old? Let's see if you guys can guess in the comments how old I am, because I might have dated myself when I talked about my baseball stuff. Baldwin says Moore was playing sneaky with that bunt. Also, Tani, screw that felon. eBay says, Todd, it's time to finally correct your pronunciation here. Bryce has earned it. Say it with me. Bryce Teodosio. Teodosio. Grillmaster's wrong. He says I'm 42. Corey says 37. God bless you. Corona guy says 40. Julian says 34. No, I'm actually, if you do the math, playing with the Pirates in 99, I'm 44. So, yes, 44 right there. Grillmaster was close. Also, Don Hammond says it's always beautiful to beat those bums. Otani with the land vulture. Damn. Also, we need to see more of C-Mo. B-Train says always awesome to beat the Dodgers. Woohoo. Also, hey, we bunted twice today. B-Train says, and if we didn't walk Neto, he was going to end it right there with a walk-off. I appreciate you guys saying that I'm that young, because believe me, I wish I was. Because once you get to 40 and above, man, you start slowing down fast. I've seen myself having to put on a few pounds and get back, or I have to take off a few pounds to get back in shape. Eric Ward says teams are going to stop pitching to Shonawell very soon in these tight games. I agree. Also, get the sweep, and we help the Padres take over the NL West. Well, they still have to win, too. What will the Angels need to make this team better next year? It's easy, starting pitching. And you could always find bullpen guys, but you need starting pitching. You're going to have to figure out if Trout is your full-time DH, get rid of guys like Soler, and dare I say it, Taylor Ward. You're going to need some outfielders who can actually play defense. Shore up that defense, get a couple starting pitchers, develop some of these other guys, and you could be very dangerous next year. Also, anonymous bettor put 10 million on Otani hitting into that triple play. We're rushing also eats shit. When do you think the playoff bracket will be set for the AL and NL? That goes down to the final, final freaking, what is it called? Day of the season. Cheers, Todd. About to have me a cold one for this W. Absolutely, you have to. Zany Plain says that ball was a ball. At the end right there. Oh, we also need to give props to Teodosio. Dudes played great while doing the little things. Absolutely. Will Rendon play? Hell no. I would like Dylan Cease to join a rotation. Absolutely. I think that would be a good move right there. I would like John Ryan if the Twins are going to make him available. Anthony wants Detmers back. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up with all these comments. Zany says more to lead off in the 10th inning was great. Ipe cheering on the Doyers from his jail cell. Victory whiskey. Daniel Brito says also Shonawell, I think, would have got that ball hit in the 5th inning out of the inning, or if he would have got that ball, it would have got out of the inning right there. Also, Andrew says we need CB Buckner tomorrow umpiring behind the dish, because fuck that guy. Yeah, Matt is right. Dean, Tendencio's teammate. All the Doyers making excuses, Sega Boy says. Silent E says, let's help the Padres win the West. Fuck the Doyers. Dead says, if we win tomorrow, what are you going to do? Damn, that's a good, I don't know. I really don't know. Good night to you as well, Marco, right there. I don't know what we'll do tomorrow. Only real ones remember the tragedies of Carlos Esteves. Yes, we do. The sweep is very possible tomorrow. Juan says, dude, I was at the game. How was your section, by the way? And getting back to it too, man. I I don't know, man. I mean, I was already in a thong when I lost a bet earlier, so I don't know. Juan says we were outnumbered. Also, Charlie Sheen pitched for the Dodgers. Mo says Wayne shits on Bunting while deep throating a burrito. Nacho Night should have went to Wayne. That because he did have the announcer jinx all night. Q winning streak right there. Are we on a winning streak? But I think we're by winning right now.
By winning. I win here and I win there. Now what?
All right, you guys, let's listen up. We won a game yesterday.
Yes, we did.
We win one today, that's 2 in a row. We win one tomorrow, that's called a winning streak.
Damn right. Baldwin says if we win tomorrow, spritzing everywhere. Steve Lee says, you tell him, hun. Bunting is a waste of it out. Wayne broadcast from 2023. Wayne Dumzo right there by Joe. Also, Eric Ward says, I want to see Wayne eat something juicy and it just spritz all over his clothes. Moore had the best bunt of all time right there by Zany. Wayne, the fucking Powerpuff Girls narrator. Shout out to all the Doyer fans watching and pretending they don't care about the rivalry. Also, we won Saturday, we lost Sunday, then 2 in a row. 333 was where Juan was with all the blue talking. Also, Julian says I was at the game yesterday and I was in one of 6 Angel fans in my section in right field. You think the next manager and everything depends on Artie's future? Yes, it does, Corey. Also, there was a Dodgers fan showing his jersey into a 90-year-old man or shoving it into his jersey into a 90-year-old man after the Ohtani home run. That's classless bullshit right there. Christian says Shauna Will's double play to end the inning was fire. It was. I couldn't watch it today. I was listening to Mark Langston. I didn't know he said all that. Yeah, it was terrible tonight. Wayne and Gooby were absolutely horrific. It was a joke for Major League to say too high, but now Wayne says it for real. What is that crap? Q Lombardi. Yes.
What the hell's going on out here?
Also, O'Neill's post game said that they ain't playing spoilers because there's a lot of baseball. There's a lot of season left. Exactly. They're all drinking the Kool-Aid and they want you to come back to the stadium. So they say this.
We got a lot of baseball left to be played and the season starts tonight.
Mateo says when they had first and third in the 10th inning, I was like, sacrifice fly ends it all. Base hit ends it and a double play ends it. Yeah, it could have went all kinds of ways. Double Down says I hated seeing all those Doyer fans at the Big A. Me too. Archangel says I spritzed myself. Tony says that was an exciting game. Bad management of the bullpen. Triple play was so sweet, especially against Ohtani. I can't stand the Doyers fans and their fans, or Doyers and their fans, wearing Angels gear and Doyers gear. That was so stupid. Joe says we won the World Series this year twice. Tomas says, man, the Angels and the Padres can turn a triple play on the Doyers. Zany says Ward maybe, I think, as far as training. Also, what happened to the Dodgers, huh? What happened to their fans? Why were they all so butthurt?
Oh no! What happened? Oh no! How terrible! That's just awful! How terrible! Oh no!
PSK says, what was so bad that Wayne and Gooby said? Because they were shitting on the bunt right before it happened and right when the good stuff happened. They don't like small ball, and they were shitting all over it. Wayne was saying it was a waste of an out. He doesn't understand. Of course it's a waste of an out if you don't come through like any other situation. However, if you're able to lay down a bunt and sacrifice, stupid, that's called a productive out. And again, they were both shitting on the fact that they were going to bunt right there for the second time. They didn't even like the first bunt that Tendencio did. And so when Moore came through, it's like, man, these guys are clowns. The Angels win 90 games. I'll believe in the clown for real. Dodgers fans are priced out of their own stadium. They sure are. And that's what we said about them the other night. The bunt was beautiful. I like when the Dodgers lose, Rod says. Christian says, yeah, they said Simo didn't look comfortable bunting, but Moore proceeded one of the best bunts I've ever seen. Exactly. Simo has been struggling since he came back, but that was clutch. Real happy that the Angels wow Zach Neto in that triple play. We're ready for the Brooms tomorrow. EQ says, I was about to fight some the whole posse. Todd asked the Halo boys, bro. I was about to fight the Dodger fans with the Halo boys. Yeah, the Halo boys represented the game of the season. Jesus says Artie has a punchable face. That's for sure. Also, I love winning, man. Joe says Big 20 checking in with Yo. EQ said the Halo boys and him held it down. Zephyr John was lucky in the 5th inning right there. How old is Erica? I think she's close to my age, believe it or not. Carson Fulmer should be available. Balls in my mouth, Patrick Carrillo says it's about time. It's not time to quit. It's time to swing away. Everyone's favorite suicide commercial. Also, Rally Chris says I just saw a tweet saying the Dodgers are 12-20 since the July 4th game series against the Braves, or they had against the Braves, the Rockies, and Nationals. This could be a streak starter. You never know. Artie is the Saddam Hussein of Anaheim. Where can I watch the last innings of the game? Corona guy, I will have a Heedy Sports Center up after I get off of here. I'll make one if you want to watch the highlights. If you want to watch the game, it should be on FanDuel in the morning tomorrow or real late tonight. Also checks in with Erica Weston, had me hella bricked up during the post game. Oh no, what happened? Oh no, how terrible. Everillo says Ward almost walking home for the win got me nervous. Me too. Erica turns 40. See, I knew it. Double down. I knew she was around my age. Double down says Washington blows. Thank you for the super sticker right there. eBay says we say we hate seeing all the blue in the stadium. Then show up tomorrow. The PSA brought out to you by eBay's Yummy Tasting Nuts Incorporated. So yes, he paid for the sponsorship.
On everybody, my name is Gavin Carlson, former credential journalist in the LA area. How about a yummy tasting nut?
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Corona says, I want to watch those last couple innings to see what they were saying. Unemployed Dodger fans probably bought most of the tickets. Yeah, they used our tax money for that. Mateo says, hey, Todd, got a question for you. What do you do if somehow we matched up with the Dodgers in the World Series? I wouldn't have any nails left. I wouldn't if we lost, I probably would move to Spain or somewhere else where they've never heard of baseball. I couldn't do it. I couldn't live with the Dodger fans rubbing that in my face. Pause. Tony C says, I really think Bryce D is the real deal. J-Dog says $700 million dollar team. They can't beat the AAA Angels. Exactly. Dodgers had been in sole possession of first place since June 14th, and it's gone. Grillmaster said, did anybody bet Ohtani would hit into that triple play? Yeah, it's true. If they did, my God. The Teslas are returning to LA and their tails between their legs. Great win. Let's be real. Angels are not going anywhere this year. I'm telling you they're not, and I'm okay with that. I really am. Also, we'll be wearing Violent Gentleman red Anaheim shirts tomorrow. There you go, Shane. Also, if we get 8-game win streak just like we did last year to end up 3 games out, how much hope would you have? I really would have a lot of hope, but especially playing that late into the season would be amazing. Thank you for the super sticker, DJ Paz. I've seen that right there. Thank you also, Tony C. Really appreciate those. Those really help the cause in making other shirts and other things for the fans. Really appreciate that. You guys are the real MVPs right there. Dominic says, can we talk about how Wayne Randazzo wanted more to hit in the 10th instead of bunt, especially after it worked in the 9th inning? Complete idiot take. I agree. We railed on him earlier. The thing that would happen to this franchise is when Artie Moreno sells the team would be like a rain cloud being lifted. That is true. If you don't have tickets, go to 714 tickets. Exactly. If you don't know what 714 tickets is, you can go to the apply now code, put in HITI, get 10% off of those set tickets. No taxes, no fees. The price you see, if you see a ticket for $13, it's $13 before you use HITI in the apply now code. And if you're looking to bump your website up, show off your buddies that you have a legit company, you have a small business, a small service, well, go to maxmarket.com, maxmarketpros.com, and they will hook it up via us, Halos in the Infield, with a little help for your social media to get it off the ground, your Etsy, your Shopify, anything you're doing, whether it's a mail service, a massage therapist, whatever. You'd have a small business cutting lawns. You needed to get to the top of Google. Well, they're Google certified and they can get you there. maxmarketpros.com. Hit them up and also go 714 tickets, 714 tickets. That's how you do it. Yes, and see, get along says sing that jingle. There it is. Also, the Dodgers are fat via Basia specifically. He looked like a torta. Torta. I can't even
This
say it right.
fat son of a bitch is gonna drown us all out. Just gonna calm down, okay? All right? He's fat!
Demetrio says, man, I hope we fish Shohei tomorrow. No loop. Robert says, Angels are a different team playing against the Dodgers. They come to play. Albert says, I'm going to make you talk Spanish. No pinches mamas way. We beat the Doyers in a walk-off. Thomas says, took a shot of Jack from Todd. There you go. Thank you, Tomas. And well, I know it's Thomas. I have a friend, it's Tomas. My bad. But yes, cheers to you, my man. Also, Trash Halo says Trout was let's see, it's kind of messed up right there. If they just throw, I couldn't read that. I guess he was clutch. Pacific Coast League Enjoyer says, hey Todd, I usually lurk, but what a game. Too bad the ump nearly ruined it. Love the show. Keep doing what you do. I really appreciate that. I love when people come on here for the first time or they comment for the first time. I love that. Rally Chris says if the Yankees would have lost these 2 games, we would be only 4 games back of the wild card. We're still 6 back. That's why you can't toot your horn too loud. Only against the Dodgers. Dodgers fans are cueing the Pac-Man sound. Yes, they are kind of falling out of it, and they're hearing a lot of this. Or this. Also, Mateo likes these nuts. Let's see. Patrick says, actually, the Cubs and White Sox played in 1906 World Series, but that was obviously 100 years ago, and most of them have died. Hard to be a diehard baseball nerds that know that. I just Googled it. Well, there you go. The Yankees are the evil empire. Dr. David B. Fox says, I. Okay. Also, send. No, I can read that one. Todd, I hate FanDuel so much. They kept on talking about Ohtani like I was like, shut up, Gooby. I agree. Dodgers suffer from imposter syndrome because they recognize the Angels are literally the Spanish or Angeles is literally Spanish translation for Angels. The drunk Doyer fans are going to try to get into fights in the parking lot because that's what they always do when the Dodgers lose. Please like and share this stream. Jim Hoyt says, but the Dodgers scored 6 runs, free 6-piece chicken nuggets at McDonald's. Dr. David says, in all my 71 years, I've never seen a better game. This was more exciting than game 2 of the World Series. This was a great game. I ain't going to lie. The World Series still ranks up there with something super special. But, man, let's see. Shade says, Dab, I wanted to see that the hat and the mustache on top. Andrew says, wondering if that gambling thug seeing us having fun and winning against the team and wishes he was still with us. No, I don't think so, man. Patrick says the 09 Angels and Dodgers could have faced each other in the World Series. Both were in the LCS. Yes, I knew it was one of those years, Patrick. Thank you for reminding me right there. Angel says they kept talking about Ohtani being the first MVP to hit into a triple play. That was annoying. It was annoying. Mateo says, so, Todd, if Artie was forced to sell, are we throwing a party? Absolutely. Joe says, can I get a blue ring pop? Yeah, why not? Baldwin says, I want ring. You know what we should do? At the next tailgate or at the softball game, I'll just buy a shit ton of ring pops. And anyone that shows up, I'll be like, here's your ring pop for beating the Dodgers, sweeping them. Also, I can't do any impressions. I've been talking way too much to do those right now. I promise I'll get you some impressions tomorrow, Mateo. Ohtani walk-up song should be the Kenny Rogers Gambler. Absolutely. Deferring contracts should be outlawed. That will be coming up here soon. I swear to God, it will be. Recap on the game in your Roger Lodge voice. That's going to be hard to do. It's going to be hard to do. See, I can't even do it right now. Sega Boy says Locked On will be going bowling. It's going to get spicy. Hell yeah. Bring it on, baby. I ain't going to back down. I'm going to call them out for their bullshit. Patrick says Anaheim Stadium is one of the most handful of stadiums where you can still bring food and support local businesses around Orange County and bring some quality food in at the fraction of the cost. Exactly. Victor says we are in the stands. Hell yeah, Victor. Preach. Also, Gavin sits down to pee. Also, let's see. Halo's in the infield. Let's go. Halos in the Infield. Thank you right now. Also, Gavin just bragged about streaming for 38 minutes 2 nights in a row. It's way past his bedtime. He's already asleep. Also, DJ says, I used your code in 714 tickets today's game. Thank you, bro. You're welcome, sir. Jim says, speaking of our community, Todd, our season tickets for 2026 were renewed today. There you go. Baldwin says, I love the Japanese fans who stuck with the Halos. I do too. That's what you call fucking loyalty. Dodger fans always so ready to talk trash when they do it. They start getting mad when they lose. Slee says, thank you there. Corey says a lot of owners are going to bid once Artie sells. Also, I love the helmet nacho guy. Dude, the helmet nacho guy is awesome. I literally thought he was going to leave too, but he's been there every game. He's a season ticket holder, I think in 238 or 236. I've seen him all the time over there. Stuka's over Disneyland. Exactly. Joshua's spritzing all over the place. 'Twas a wet dream, Sega says. Kylo checks in with most Dodger fans I run into don't even know how many outs are in a game. Kylo's for real right there. Patrick says, when Artie sells a team, I'm going to pop champagne. Well, I got to be there right with you. Let's get the confetti cannons ready for when Artie sells. Archangel says, Artie selling the team will celebrate like the Munchkins in Wizard of Oz when the witch is killed. Hell yeah, dude. That's a good idea. Also, EQ says, Todd, I came risking my life today at Angel Stadium. I felt like, nah, you were fine right there. The 65-year-olds had your back. Dodgers fans made me think a routine fly out was a no-doubter yesterday. Yeah, tonight too. Same damn thing. They were like, and it was just like a routine sacrifice fly. Also, I found tickets in your section for $22. I get it, Grill, but not for this series. This series, they're like $100. J Ram says, I'm moving to Texas, and you know damn well the Angels are going to start being good once I leave the States. Well, J Ram, I hope you stay part of the show and a fan. But if you do, be safe out there and get yourself a much cheaper house because you can't find one over here, dude. Also, Townie bet on himself to hit in that triple play. DJ says, we were cheering so loud, the Halo boys in the Modelo patio. You could tell they were annoyed. Some Dodger fans around us. Epic. Hell yeah. Roger is a fucking nut. My gosh, how embarrassing. Campero has an ankle sprain, which is great because it looked like way worse. I have a feeling the Dodgers are going to get just one World Series out of Ohtani. That would be amazing. I didn't want the one they got, but yes. The Clown Roger says Angel Stadium does fireworks better than anyone else. Disneyland literally down the street does fireworks every night. This man is freebasing and shooting coke. He looks like it in that video, doesn't he? Ohtani getting rocked by the old team tomorrow and getting rocked in civil court in a few months couldn't happen to a better person. Also, we wanted a cross promotion, but instead we got Mike and John cross dressing. Anthony says, when is Ohtani triple play bobblehead coming out? I want one. It's going to be the Neto one. I feel like Ohtani's a good boy image is a sham. We call bullshit. Also, I'm wanting a Soriano jersey, says a Grill Master. Baldwin agreeing with Dimitro's comment. I'm staying safe on those. I just bought my tickets for tomorrow's game. Fuck my mortgage. Hashtag priorities. Shane says, I'm hitting the hay. See you tomorrow, Todd. Have a good night, Shane. That triple play was awesome. I'm almost done here, by the way. I'm just catching up on your comments. Neto on turning the triple play on before the Ohtani homer in his next at bat. I think it pissed him off. He's looking forward to facing him tomorrow on the mound per Erica Weston. Todd Fox, do you think Cavadas will be in the starting lineup? Most likely tomorrow. Moore should be in there tomorrow, Storms X. No calls tomorrow. I've had to catch up on these comments. If the team sells, do we keep Erica? Both eyes. We have to negotiate for the second eye for sure. Richard says, how many times will the Dodgers intentionally walk Neto? Over under one? Probably over one, especially if the Angels get a lot of guys on base. I rather have Salt Lake Bees girl. She's smoking hot. East LA throwing a party right there. The Brewers reporters hot. Satan's Blowfish, like that one too. As a Pods fan, so much love for the Angels. Back at you, Padres fans. We do have a lot of respect for Padres. Just now, the Dodger fan on Facebook comment this on my post saying that I see you in the playoffs. Yeah, it's the same thing. That's all they got. If we sell, he says, get rid of everybody. Bro says Neto is a future all-star. Absolutely. I love LA. We love it. Roger is smoking Pookie in the AM 830 van by the train station alone, taking calls on the air. Also, Roger, I read that one. Also, Ohapi broke his bat on his knee. He sure did. Ryan Johnson blazing through the minors right now. Angel's grandma says, I was at the game. It was my husband Charles' heavenly birthday today. I know you know what a major Dodger fan he was. Exciting for the game for both of us. I will say this, Angel's grandma, in all due respect, that is Major League One great gentleman your husband Charles was, and a great Dodger fan, lifelong Dodger fan. The fact that you guys coexisted shows how great your marriage was, and it still is. And you have grandkids and great kids as well. I met most of your family you've brought into the game several times. We met up at the games. So shout out to you, Angel's grandma, for being there on his heavenly birthday, and also he was there with you rooting in spirit, and you just being, I know you took some heat tonight too. So but you're awesome as a fan, and the Angels should appreciate more fans like yourself. But definitely shout out to your late husband. He was a great guy. Got to meet him a couple times. Broman74 says, do you think the Angels will sneak into the wild card? No, no, but this is definitely a good building block for next year. Gooby needs to chill with a tanning mofo looking like a rotisserie. My biggest nightmare is me striking out, seeing one down the dick like Todd in the CIF playoffs. You bastard. Sega says, Todd, you can come to the Big A as a Pirate to honor your alma mater. I do have a Pirates jersey, and I got to find my Lynchburg jersey. Also, Angels should have won in a walk-off walk at home, karma. Let's see, you guys are guessing my age right there. I'm almost there. I must admit, Dodger fans actually behaved tonight at the stadium, which is shocking. Angel Suck says, I got a fever, and the only prescription is more spritz. I'll spritz you out of here when I'm almost done here. EQ says, it's crazy that Dodger fans trying to fight a fourth place team and take it personal. Tart says, just so y'all know, we are the Kings in San Diego right now. I hope so. And Tart, good luck with your fucking Padres for sure. Fun fact, if you cut cable like I did, subscribe to RSN app. It's as fast as radio, so you can click the mute button and just listen to Terry Smith. Absolutely beautiful. Baldwin says, does Erica like old fat divorced guys? Asking for a friend. I don't know, man. Mocked on Angels. I'm going right here. Use your code. Thank you so much right there. 714 tickets. I'm trying to catch up right here. Dodgers are hearing the price is right, losing horn. Absolutely. Seeing your comments right there. I'm calling it tomorrow a home run off of Otani. I hope so too. Let's see. I thought we were just here for Kikuchi, or I thought they were just here for Kikuchi. I don't think so. I think they actually like what we're doing here. DJ also says, sat by a Padres fan. Dude was chill. Erica is a smoke show in person, and actually kind of startled me how hot she is. She is pretty beautiful. I ain't gonna lie. Padres owe us Dylan Cease for this. I wonder if Gooby lets loose and gets after the Newport moms. I think he's actually pretty what's it called? Pretty loyal. Also, I love Angel's grandma bringing the wholesomeness. Yes, she's awesome. Transplant Doyers right there, Max already says. Remember, taxes are just yearly subscription to the country you live in. Okay. Let's see. Also, Junkie says, man, what a game. I was there at the stadium today. It was so amazing to see the Angels go all the way and get the dub. I'm caught up on it. Caught up on the comments. I had to mix some of them because some of them were redundant. But when you have over 300 people on, it's kind of hard to do every comment, especially when some are the same or some are like just, numbers like when you guys are guessing my age and shit like that. But I do appreciate all the comments. Erica looks younger than 40. I thought she was 34, but no, she is pretty. She hasn't aged that much, to be honest with you. So yeah, we got a lot of baseball left to be played, but I wish the Angels would play hot like this the rest of the season. But we'll see. I remember the days when we only had 15 to 20 people on. Now it's 300, right? I mean, that's how we started, Dimitro. You were one of the OGs, Mateo, Grill Master. So many people started off with us, and we appreciate every one of them. I know I'm leaving out a ton, but everybody was on here starting off with us, and it was awesome. Bring out the broom because it's a sweeper. Was at the game tonight. Brooks says it was amazing. I'm glad you guys had fun and you guys had to put up with all those annoying ass Dodger fans. Mike Trout says Alex Curry is better. She's got those Gonzagas. Okay. Who's slower, Shonawell or Ward? I'd say Ward is. Ward just mails it in when he runs or has to hustle. So I'm caught up. I'm going to get on the Heedy Sports Center. Look for that on your social media. I will sum up the game. There's a lot of highlights to get into it. And what?
You serious?
Yeah. I mean, people are thinking this team's playoffs.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?
Well, I mean, someone's got to say it, right? I'm for real.
Smart thinking.
Now I know.
And knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Jump. Ah, boy, I love it. What a great game. What a great game. If you missed it, some of the live, you can go on to YouTube and catch the replay just by going on to the live click thing. You can go to our Shopify and find our shirts and hats. We got all kinds of cool stuff on there. We got discounted stuff, but good quality. So if you want to go on there and get yourself a Heedy shirt, or we're not LA, we're OC shirts. If you want to get a Heedy hat, by all means, go on YouTube, check us out. We have it under our videos right there. Like I said, if you want to check out the podcast, it's right there. If not, you go on the live. If you missed the live, you can catch our natural reaction. The first usual 20 to 30 minutes of the show is like a rambling rant by me. I'm getting into all kinds of things, recapping the games before we get into the awards. Usually it's like 15 to 20 minutes. But yeah, check it out. If you like it, it's awesome. If you missed it, some people come on late. Sometimes we start right after a game. Sometimes I get on here late because we're coming back from a game. That's most of the home games because we go to just about all of them. I missed the last two. Probably be at tomorrow's game, so it might be a later start. So we'll see what's up tomorrow. But thank you, Mace, for checking in with the $2 right there. Super stickers says Todd, you keep it real. Family Halos forever. Goat. I love it. And again, like and share if you can. It really helps us out. We do it organically. We don't have a team of producers behind us like Cocked On, Locked On. And, we appreciate everybody that's out there helping us out and just being who you are. Great fans in the comments. So, about done on my voice here tonight. Just one last one. I know I'm what is it? I'll have to say this. Went to the Dodgers Reddit live game thread when Zach Neto made that triple play. There was a comment saying, I would love to see Dodgers trade for Neto. That's what they think. I mean, the Dodgers are so entitled. Their fans are like, oh, we can get him. We can get him. We can get him. Also had me thinking, Todd Fox, what kind of trade would you make the Dodgers for Zach Neto? I don't think they can give us enough for him. I think seriously, you'd have to get like 6 good players for him. It would be like Ohtani when he had like a year or two left. Because right now, Neto's got all kinds of freaking control. So can't wait for the sweep this series tomorrow, Jules. I can't either. Max Reddy says Doyers aren't even from LA. Fake bootlicking team couldn't even come up with an original LA symbol. Yeah, they just still ours, which is facts. And they had to kick off a lot of Hispanics from Chavez Ravine. There's a reason why it's called Chavez Ravine. For all you kids out there, just Google the O'Malleys and how they purchased or got that land from hardworking World War II. There was a couple World War II veterans who were Mexican American who fought for their country and had it ripped out from right underneath them because Dodgers needed a stadium. There was plenty other places in LA at the time where they could have built Dodger Stadium, plenty, because Los Angeles wasn't as just built up as it is, but that land was so juicy. They kicked off so many honest, hardworking people. So if you ever want to, if Dodger fans ever give you crap and they have some sort of Latino or Latina heritage, just remind them, egg them on a little bit if you run out of Angels ammo, and just tell them, do you feel guilty? give it a little shame because, the organization that they root for, and they're so LA, came from Brooklyn and literally stole their people's land. So that was definitely a dark page in Los Angeles history. I mean, we always bring up all the riots and everything that happened and this and that. That's like super swept under the rug history. So again, uh I think it was Vetter or one of our people on the Angels page a couple years back did a whole report in high school for it, and he got an A for doing that. So Grillmaster says, will the Halos win on my birthday this year? Probably not, dude. You're probably a jinx, but hopefully, Grill. There's no amount of players they could give to make it worth losing Neto. Yeah, I literally would not trade Neto. I just tried to think of how they could, but wouldn't happen. Zach Neto is killing right there. Javio says facts. Can the Angels go on a little win streak here? They could, because I believe last thing I'll check on is I know they play. Where is it? They have the Angels got the A's next, which the Angels did really good up in Sacramento. They really did. They played really good in Sacramento. So let's just say they win tomorrow. You got Kikuchi, and then to be announced on game 2 on August 16th, then August 17th at Soriano Springs. There's a real good chance the Angels could sweep up there. So it could get a little interesting, but not, I wouldn't say crazy. And yes, you have to, you have to have a Joner. You mean boner. Hayes says we should build around Zach Neto. Absolutely. He's El Capitan. But coming back home, we have Cincinnati and Chicago, 2 teams vying for playoff spots. Then we have 2 more teams vying for playoff spots at Texas and Houston, the dreaded Texas 2-step. Then we have another team vying for a playoff spot, Kansas City. And it doesn't get back to mediocre baseball till we play the A's and Twins. But then again, we're mediocre. So we'll have to see. So finally, I'll say it. I hope everyone has a good night. And again, if you want to catch a replay, it's on YouTube. Just go into the live and you can hit and catch any one of the lives that you've missed. And yeah, give us a support, like and a share, subscribe over at YouTube really helps us up. I can't say if we can get as many people subscribing over to YouTube, that would be even better because it really helps us out. So let's hit you up with what you guys want. You want this little joke, or you want this little saying back to Dodger fans, and then you want Stukas, and I'll play you out with that. Because we won, baby, 5-0 against those dreaded Doyers.
Oh no! What happened? Oh no! How terrible! That's just awful! How terrible! Oh no!
Good night, everybody.